name is Kunle Akinwande. I'm an HR personnel, HR intern specifically at SalesEra. I've been able to do several activities, taking several responsibilities, such as posting job ads and going through the recruitment processes, such as training, interviewing, conducting interviews, and so on and so forth. Also, helping with the use of graphics content to create job ads has been a strategy I've used at SalesEra because I have the little background of marketing and branding, so it gives me an edge in it gives me an edge to know the things or the image that captivates the attention of applicants. So basically, that's just a few professional things about me. I'm from Nigeria. Sorry, I didn't emphasize that. Well, first, one thing I really admire SalesEra because of course, just like every individual from different countries, we all apply for jobs, we get rejections, apply for internships, we get rejections, so on and so forth. So SalesEra gave me, though I have experience in HR, but not much, especially the aspect of recruiting. I've been more of employers branding organization, but talent acquisition, like recruitment, I've been able to learn a lot from SalesEra in terms of this aspect. So I gained a lot of experience in terms of talent acquisition, knowing the right candidate to recruit. What are the values? What are the things you see? What are the values you see in a person that makes you feel, okay, yes, this person is right for this position. I've learned several things from SalesEra. And I think my first impression, I was like, okay, would I get the opportunity I need here at first? But to my greatest surprise, I've learned several things, meet lovely people. Another thing that I feel that actually, this might be, I don't know, maybe it's in your next question, but let me just, one thing that I've actually, captivated and still make me feel, yes, this is like a family. The game session, like, man, we interact, we do a lot of things. It's been wonderful experience so far, so good. Okay, the first thing that came to my mind was, okay, this is like it felt strange at first. It felt strange because at first when I made inquiries about the organization, I saw something like, because I was recruited from US specifically, so I was like, is this the right thing I'm actually looking for? Is this the right place to be? But I was surprised. I was blown away by everything I learned, the process. It's been a wonderful session. The liberty to be creative. I think that's one thing for me. Even from my previous experience, I love being creative. I love being, okay, this is what I can do. Do you understand? So like the liberty, like it gives me more time to like think, okay, these things are not working this way. Can I try it this way? And man, it's been a great experience. Like I always love, I would say, the Friday session where we get to come together. Then also we have this enlightenment session we do have during the week. I think on Tuesdays or Mondays we do have to like different persons enlighten us about different things, so we get to relate with one another, gain different insights to solving problems, and even see learn one or two things that you don't even know before, or you might know but actually improve on. I think those are the best times. Like the best times I really enjoy at SalesEra, the enlightenment session on Fridays, which is always fun. Yeah, in terms of career wise, like I told you earlier, I told you I've learned several things about talent acquisition, which is quite new to me. Understanding more of recruitment, understanding what it takes to be a recruiter. It's just beyond um, screening resumes and interviews. I've learned a lot. Like even handling stress is, I think, it could affect your productivity as a person in real life, when you get at the world, outside the world, aside from. So one of my greatest experience, like I would say, is I've been able to improve in several aspects of life, career wise, also interaction, because I'm initially, or before, I would say I'm this kind of person that I just like to do my thing, but after I joined SalesEra, I got to realize how important it is to interact with people, because there are several persons across the world that are doing this internship. So I've got to meet people from India, people from Germany, people from France, several people. So it taught one thing I feel, or one thing I actually love, is the aspect of interaction. It's very useful in my career. So I would hold on to that and continue in my professional career. Interaction. Okay. Not much, but I think just the normal regular thing you do. Post the job, then screen resumes, conduct interviews, then you submit back your MIS. But at a point, I felt I wasn't getting more applicants. Then I had to bring in my marketing experience and branding experience. Then I realized there was a change, and there was a change in terms of applicants applying more, like, because people are more even moved by what they see at first sight, rather than just reading. Everybody reads, and at times they even get tired. But what do you see that attracts you? There are several companies writing, there are several persons writing several things on LinkedIn, several companies writing several things on LinkedIn. But when they see the image at first, like, we are hiring, so they want to, like, okay, what are they hiring for? They are more interested in the position. So I think that would be the thing I would say I've really worked on specifically. Well, in terms of most challenging, I would say seems easy, but not really easy. I would say getting the right candidate. That's one. Then two, I think at times I feel we just recruit and we don't tend to see the people we are recruiting, because a lot of applicants keep coming back to us. We didn't get responses from the interview, after the interview, and they keep coming like that. So sometimes, like, I feel, man, these people need response. At times it tends to be longer. Well, that's one. Then secondly, another thing I feel like I really found very challenging but I think it's quite general in terms of recruiting. Was the aspect whereby I had to interview a candidate, and the guy was so so ridiculous. He had to beg me. Like I never knew recruitment could be like that. Was begging like, and looking from judging from the way we I interviewed him, is not even match the it doesn't even match the what's it called, the job post. That's one. Then another thing was the aspect whereby I interviewed a guy, and I still don't understand. I think maybe because the guy is a program, I still don't understand till now. I interviewed a guy, but because he knew, I think it was an unpaid internship, he deleted the conversation we had before the interview, all conversations, and even the message I sent him last, I could have, like, it was so like I've never seen that before. I still try to find out how he did that, but I couldn't. And it was so blunt, like, I'm not interested, I'm not, it was so challenging. The aspect of the phone, interaction with people, basically, that has been one of the core things I've um, uh, I've enjoyed at SalesEra. Well, this might sound like a compliment, but it is what it is. Shrimty is my, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but Shrimty is my supervisor, and she has been wonderful. She has been wonderful in terms of you know guiding me. Oh, you need to do this. You need to speak. You need to, you deserve to be recognized. Like the motivation has been exceptional. Like I don't even know. Like it was like my first time of seeing someone pushing me to, like, oh, you can do this, you can do this, and it gave me more room to like make more research. Like, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to actually improve on this field. I want to actually improve on this thing. So it has given me a leverage to, like, push myself to say, okay, I really want to do more. So she has been so wonderful, so wonderful. Well, right from onset, let me start from there. Right from onset, I've always been the kind of person that believes more in practical than theory. Right from my onset. So school is just more like the theory aspect. The practical is always different. There are several things we don't learn in school. They don't teach us. But with the help of practical, with the help of challenges, okay, the next time I don't have to do this. I learned a lot in terms of motivation, in terms of um, uh, what's it called, interaction. School wouldn't even teach you this. School don't teach you. They will only say in paper, but in most occasions, it's not. So most of the things being said on paper are not realistic. So when I got to this interview, when I got to SalesEra, I've learned several things. Like I've been saying, several things, I can't even remember, but I learned a lot. So I would say experience. Like people would say, experience is the best teacher. So it now depends on how you choose to use your experience. Either you choose to use it in the positive way or in the negative way. So for me, I think I'm going to take the positive way because I've learned several things in terms of positivity. So I would, definitely stick to the positivity, everything that I learned at SalesEra, the motivation, how to interact with people when conducting interviews, what are the things, what are the values, what are the measures you need to have in terms to know the right candidate suited for a position, and so on and so forth. Interaction, that's the one. Interaction. Then secondly, what's it called? The measures of, to take note when recruiting, the measures, the quality to look for when recruiting professionally. Yeah. Then another thing I think is quite paramount and very important these days is the fact that recruitment in IT world is more complex than we think it is, because we have several applicants that are quite good, and the competition is very high. So most IT guys don't even really have time to even sit down and have interviews with you. So you have to be able to convince IT guys or IT ladies before they can even schedule an interview with you. So it's quite complicated. Come on, somehow. So, but I'm going to pick that and learn more on that, because man, it's something I really need to see how the IT world works, recruitment in the IT world works. That's it. Yeah, in terms of my future goals, well, I intend having probably a recruitment firm later in the future. That's one. And I think one thing I would say is organizations should look more into interactions, into making people being creative, because you'll be surprised at the ideas people will be bringing. And another thing I would say, yes, I really need to. People should learn to speak more. I learned that from SalesEra. I'm this kind of person. I don't really like talking. I just keep it short. You ask me a question, I just give you a straight answer. But while working with SalesEra, conducting more interviews, I've realized you need to converse. There should be a difference between an interrogation that you're doing for me right now and a conversation.